So now, did you have much to do with his father, Earl Rowe?
Well, in later years, probably my dad and Gary Fraser, they had hired Gary Fraser.
Okay, who is Gary Fraser?
Okay, he's well, he's got the Newtown Motors shop.
That's right.
I
Okay.
mean, he's retired from that now. His son's got that.
Yeah.
But at that time, he was a licensed mechanic, came out of Toronto.
Yeah.
And so they were lucky to get him, and he did all the mechanical work for Mr. O, like anything farm machinery.
So is this before he started his garage in Newton Robinson, or did he?
Oh
have
yeah, way before. This was one in his earlier years.
Okay. Yeah.
And he ran a shop. Now, when you go into Cookstown on the left-hand side, there's this area that's nothing there anymore, and there used to be a Fina station.
Fina.
Fina, yeah, and he had a partner with him. They pumped gas, and Gary did the mechanical work in there, fixing cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he shut that down or whatever, and he started working for Rose, and I think his partner went. There was a Case dealership way over by the Tanger Outlet Mall there, and he went that way.
Okay.
And Gary came working for the Rose. And then,
so was he working full time for the Rose?
Yeah.
There was enough work at the farm.
With the farm.
So this was with Earl and for Bill too, or?
Well, what happened? He started with Earl.
Yeah.
And
so you're saying about Gary Fraser, Bill? He was working for Earl Rowe, and then with Bill, and Bill was.
Yeah. And we, what he did then was, my dad and Gary did all the field work for Mr. Earl Rowe.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Earl Rowe, of course, that's when he built that new horse barn and stuff on Highway 27 where we used to live. And all his men would be look after the horses. So they were looking after the race horses and grooming. And I mean, to do that too, when you do have a racehorse, you get up early in the morning, you go out and jog them or train them or what do you have to do, and you by noon you're done, I guess, a little bit. You come back, and if you have any leg work or whatever you have to do with the horses, you do it. Yeah. And then at night you have to go racing, so they didn't have time to do the field work and stuff like that. Like they had it was a busy, it was an occupation in itself.
So the field work, that would be, they'd be growing hay?
Yeah.
Alfalfa or something?
Mainly hay. Yeah. We did all the hay for Mr. Rowe. A lot of grass hay, some alfalfa. Wheat, grew a lot of wheat, and that was more for the straw, for the bedding for the horses. Yeah. And at that time we grew oats, feed the horses, of course, for the stuff, and it worked out pretty good because Mr. Bill Rowe would maybe get the oat straw for the cows and the sheep, because the horses don't like oat straw.
Okay. And
then the wheat we sold, it went to. At that time, Beaton had a big mill there, like a big Maple Leaf Mills had a silo there, so it was shipped there. And then, we kept all the oats for all the animals, and then, the cattle got some, and the horses got it, and then, like I say, the wheat straw went to the horses, and we baled it all up and put in whatever barn, wherever they were needed. So and then do the manure. Do a lot of the outside work that needed to be done in the places, and then the men or whoever were doing the horses, that's what they looked after, the barn work and the horses and stuff like that.
So how old was Gary when he started working for Mr. Rowe?
I'd say, I'm thinking he's in his 30s.
In his 30s.
Early 30s. Probably.
And you're a little bit younger than him.
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
Oh, quite a bit.
Yeah, I was still in school. I guess I can remember kind of high school. I guess I'd been in high school.
So teenager.
Early high school, yeah, I'd be a teenager, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't even licensed when I first met Gary. I remember the day I got my license and came home, and they sent me to town with my mom to do shopping.
Okay.
I was kind of surprised. But yeah.
So you didn't work with Gary on any mechanical?
A little bit if I was around, if he was around. Like in the wintertime, Saturdays, he wouldn't be around. They just worked a 5-day week, and just myself and whatever we do, the horses and stuff like that. So we, that's what when I muck out stalls. Now in the summertime when we were doing work, whatever, yeah, I'd be around him a little bit and
Okay, yeah.
yeah, whatever had to be, and I broke enough stuff to keep him busy. So.